Hello. Here we are in the preamble. The most boring, the most necessary, the most terrifying bit of the program, where we make it very clear that we're aware we're being surveilled, don't fucking enjoy it, have never asked for it despite what people will tell you. If anyone is making money off of this, it absolutely is not us. And we want it to fucking stop. We continue to be struck by the fact that simply saying, hey, we deserve security and autonomy is for some reason just the worst fucking thing in the world we could ever possibly say. It makes everyone so goddamn mad. Anyway. I don't have much more to say about it at this point. We're just gonna keep doing it. Here comes the syncope. Everyone around us is always coughing, but we never get sick. It must be my virtuous living and my deep and abiding faith in the endless void. Anyway, welcome, friends. It's good seeing you. My name's Remy, and, hmm, So I need to take content warning. I need to really, really be sure I'm giving out the content warnings for this one. Hey, because we're about to play Viscera Cleanup Detail. I need to turn down my phone slightly. Um, I talked about this yesterday, and I know what the next long play thing is going to be, but I'm not going to start it until Monday because I didn't want to start a new thing on a Friday and then have a 2 week gap between the first and second episodes. So I decided to do Viscera Cleanup Detail because I haven't played it in a while and it just seemed fun. But hey, if you're not a fan of seeing severed body parts and sort of morbid humor, which is what Viscera Cleanup Detail is ultimately, it's a hilariously bloody workplace comedy. Um, then maybe not this one. Maybe don't stop in on this one. Um, that's the first and largest content warning, obviously, and like it's in the title of the game. But there are also not audio logs. What do you call audio that you read? I guess an audio log that you read is just a log, I suppose. Letters and missives from people who were in the situations that we're cleaning up that generally have a horror vibe to them. Uh, Also, I guess we're content warning for workplace harassment. That's not the word I want. Visceral Cleanup Detail has this sort of background element of the fact that what you're doing is an absolutely horrible job and the conditions under which you work are miserable. Um, but there's not a lot you can do because it's the cyberpunk future and who gives a damn about you, you cog. So uh, I'm warning for that also. Do I want to do the? No, I'll figure it out later. Uh, I think that's everything I need to do for the game. Content warning for myself. I am a strange person who occasionally makes weird sex jokes or speaks frankly about my trauma. If that's not your vibe, that's fine. You don't have to fucking be here. If that's something that you're comfortable hanging around, then I'm glad that you're sticking with me. If that's something you're here specifically to mock, I gave the shitty warning that I should have given to you to the other people, the people who are just like not here for that. You're fine to just not be here for that. That's okay. If you're coming here specifically because you know you're not here for that, but somehow fucking feel the need to show up anyway, do something better with your time. Find something that won't enrage you as though that thing doesn't exist. Like as though you don't exist at a core of rage and then don't bring that to every single facet of your life. Whatever. Viscera Cleanup Detail. One of these buttons will open that video game. Here, it's this one. It's I haven't loaded it up. It's I should have before the stream. It's installing Visual Studio 2010 redistributables and Microsoft DirectX 9.0C, which it needs to run the video system game. Did you know that Microsoft DirectX is a group of technologies designed to do a thing? I Okay, and I apparently have to accept the Unreal Development Kit. I don't, by the way. Comes the big loud Unreal boosh. Uh, Developed by Runestorm. Okay, there we go. Well, let me just hit the button that lets you see Viscera Cleanup Detail. Oof. It's that one probably? Yeah, that works. Which would you like to assign for? Let's just start a work assignment. Let's just start a solo work assignment. What work site do we want? We have access to plenty of them. I kind of want something that's like relatively well lit so I don't have to deal with that. There's an evil science lab, a cryogenic station, mining operation with its own sarlacc pits. Hydroponics. Oh, gratefully it gives a sort of average cleanup length over there at the side. That looks nice and bright, and it says the average length is 3 hours. That's our stream time, so let's go ahead and start work. Briefing. Reports indicate that considerable damage was incurred and various anomalous events transpired following the crisis. You should therefore expect any number of obstructions related to the work of the facility, including possibly functional matter transitioning equipment. Be aware of ongoing operations as well. Important work must never cease. This newly constructed operational facility has substantial credit value attached to it, so you are to be exceptionally cautious in your undertakings. Conduct yourself in a manner worthy of your continued employment. Fantastic. So we're here in Crisis Technologies. That door's locked. Do I have just hands? I do, but touching that doesn't let me unlock the door. I apparently needed, either that's locked on purpose or I need to do something else to get it open. So, a sort of general, well, this is a good way to start us off. If you've not seen Viscera Cleanup Detail before, it's exactly what it says on the tin. We are a janitor in a sort of video game shooter horror level where the video game shooter horror level has already happened, and we're just going up behind cleaning up the mess. Mess like this. Weird gray-brown smudge on the floor, and the handprints on the walls, you know, just regular stuff. So let's go ahead and do that. We have a trusty mop at our disposal. We sort of jab the mop at stains to get them to go away. And let's just kind of clear up this whole little hallway before we move on. This door control works, so let's go ahead and 1, 2, 3, 4, open the door. You'll notice our mop is sort of getting bloodier as we clean up. We need to wash off our mop occasionally. Because if we get up to a certain point, the mop will become saturated. And just sort of fruitlessly, yeah, using it will just leave larger splodges on the floor. There are water buckets around. There's also this. Oh, well, this experiment certainly didn't go well. That's most of a person. It's also a lot of crystal interacting with the person in ways that I don't think are authorized by biology. But, you know, we're not here to deal with that. We're just cleaning up. Really, all I want to do at the moment is find out where my my stuff is. So over here, I sort of blew past it. We have our sort of Vendatron thing where we can get things that are useful to us, like a lantern, a first aid kit, solar flare, a broom in case we want a broom, or a quantum bin. What the hell is a quantum bin? How does it differ from a regular bin? Oh, okay. Here's one of the other major pieces of our cleanup equipment. It's the furnace, into which we throw trash, and we'll go with organic matter to sort of clean that up. We'll come back to it because what I need right now is my mop bucket station, and I'm not seeing it. Is that it up there? No, those are a bunch of crates. Just gonna not step on the stuff on the floor. It's a hazard, you know. Oh, good. Well, here's where the crystals came from, I guess. Oh, well, this one escaped containment or was pulled. That explains what those gnarly glowing cracks on the wall and floor are, I guess. Okay, so here's a regular bin, which we can use to carry around a whole bunch of stuff because while we can just pick up things, we can basically only pick up one thing at a time. And since we're meant to take all of this to the furnace, then we need to, we need to, or we don't need to, but it is more useful to sort of fill up a bin and then take the bin to the furnace. Oh, hey. Data log. My God, what's happening? Just yesterday we were trying that again. Just yesterday we were mourning the death of Julie, and now she rises from the dead and severely injures Dr. Simmons. How is this possible? Others have already begun to show symptoms as well, and several people have even begun to consider cutting off their own limbs in order to stop the spread. I fear we've completely misread the seriousness of the situation. Oh, I threw that away. Hang on. Need to get my hands back. God, please don't let me also return to life with crystals poking out of my mouth like poor Julie. I can never forget the way she just shattered. Cool. I'm gonna leave this over here in the corner for right now. Where the hell? Alright, that's the way we came from. This is a circular room. Step around that. Well, like, there's your problem. You opened up a singularity. I mean, I could have told you this was a bad idea. I mean... But, like, I mean... Okay, it won't let me go into the singularity. As much as I might like to. Oh, right. So there's this, too. If you step in a mess, you start leaving footprints behind you. So you kind of need to be careful where you're stepping. Is that the same thing for these, like, crystal chunks? No, I guess not. Alright. Well, you almost escaped, huh? You got all the way to the door, it's just as locked. Here's another data log. While my colleagues proceed recklessly with their ambitious research, my own studies seem to scream caution at me. These crystals are unlike anything we know or understand about basic physics. The very resonance pattern of the crystals is beyond classification. I fear that if we're not careful, we could cause a resonance cascade scenario. As absurd and unproven as that theory may be, I can't help but be shocked by my results' clear similarities to the now infamous hypothesis about material resonance. I'm just going to go ahead and put that over here with this. Let's keep all the data logs grouped for now. There's an upstairs. We could go upstairs, I guess. I kind of want to see where everything else is first. Oh, I can't open that. Is that the only... Oh, no, wait. Here's the mop bucket station. Good. All right. So we have these little hexagonal buckets. They're full of water. And, no, that's the sniffer device. We don't need that right now. There we go. Now our mop's clean. And I guess because it doesn't leave trails when we step over it, I shouldn't be surprised that I'm not supposed to clean up the crystal bits with the mop. Although I don't know what I'm meant to clean them up with then. Let's just go ahead and clean up all the liquid stains we'll go with in here real quick in the singularity room. Actually, let's go ahead and grab this. Oh, that's a whole head, huh? No, I don't mean to keep dropping it. Hang on. Let's just go ahead and bring the bin over to here. Damn it, did I just... Yeah, so here's the thing, is that Viscera Cleanup Detail has a physics engine, and the physics engine likes to be funny sometimes. Like when you're carrying a bin like this, especially if you're going like up and down stairs, say, it just sort of throws everything around. Which can be frustrating. Because again, when you drop the organic material, there we go, it leaves a big old squelch on the floor. Let's bring the mop bucket over here too. Work smarter, not harder. Keep bringing the tools with you. Now eventually, the water in the mop bucket will itself get a little bit too contaminated to be of use, which is why we have a machine that just doles out more. We'll just, you know, take this and put it in the furnace also. Nope. Hang on. Over this way. Let's drop that tube into there. Just be really careful as we carry this. Nope, nope. Drop it. Thank you. Let's go ahead and get this other tube. People are mostly tubes, you know? Just one big tube comprised of a bunch of smaller tubes. I don't even know what this was. Maybe a stomach? Kidney? I don't think kidneys get that big. So, a thing about it, and I'm not going to be dealing with this, I don't think, on stream. There's sort of a extra credit portion of the game where... so our main job is to, like I'm doing, walk around, clean up the mess until this place is basically pristine, or as pristine as we can... Oh, there's another singularity on the ceiling. I guess that makes it a dularity. Anyway, until it's as pristine as we can make it. I like the way the foot wobbles. And then also, like, put down wet floor signs and refill the first aid kits and make sure all the boxes and barrels are put in their proper zones and stuff like that. But there's sort of a secondary piece to it where we can go around and look at all of the former employees. Oh, we've apparently loaded this bucket up. Hang on, need to go get a new one. Where we can look at the former employees and sort of determine the ways in which they died as a means to, like, report back to insurance companies. I'm not going to do that, but it is, like, a part of the game I find really interesting when I'm dealing with it on my own, because Viscera Cleanup Detail is very good at, like, environmental storytelling. The fact that you can just sort of look around and see, you know, exactly how someone, you know, exactly what happened to people. Step around that. Where did the bucket machine go? Here it is. Beep. Just gonna set that right there. Launch off the mop. We're almost done with this middle area. I mean, I say that. We're almost done with, like, the wet part of this middle area. There's all this crystalline shit to pick up. I said crystal and shit, but as it came out of my mouth, I realized that it also sounded like crystalline shit. Which is that, it's that also. There's some more tubes. What kind of tubes and from where? Your guess is as good as mine. Listen, my only feeling in biology has been working this job. And, you know, it's not that I've not learned things. But I think I'm fine identifying most of these things as just tubes. That the whole way around? Yeah, that's the whole way around. Great. Do I... let's clear this outer ring of, wet stuff, too. So we can just sort of say we got that done. I really like that noise. like clicky-clacky of the crystals falling on the ground. Oh, hang on. I forgot the, like, burn marks that surround the cracks in the floor also count as, well, also count as something I need to clean up with my mop. Not there. Hang on. That's the problem with the circular room. Kinda just keep... is this body all one piece? Yeah, that body's all one piece. So I'm just gonna go ahead and... because putting that in the bin is sort of useless. Because it would take up the whole bin at once. So let's just go ahead and... yeah. Well, now I need a new bucket. Here we go. Nope, not you. That's the bins. Keep. Excellent. Come here. And I guess we'll just set it right here. Oh, we found a broom, too, so we don't even need to get one vented if we don't want one. It's just right there. Let's clean you off. Should I go find one of those larger crystals and, like, try and dump it back in here? Sort of leave it how it's supposed to be? Seems like a lot of work. Also, I don't know how to install them properly. It's probably best if I just don't fuck with it. Sploosh. Nope, I got those already. Burn marks off the wall. Get your burn marks off the wall. Tell me. Clean up all of it. Clean up all it. There we go. I think... yeah, I think I need to wash off my mop before I go try any more of that. That's getting real full of, like, oh, whatever that smoke is comprised of. It can't be good. Is that all of it? Did we manage to get everything in this room also? Kind of looks like it. Yeah, that's where we dropped the mop bucket, so yeah. Okay. Let's start getting the, how about back in here? Well... okay, none of that's ideal. Alright, let's start picking up the crystal stuff. Actually, is this... well, I was about to say it's not one piece, it's two. Well, no, hang on. Just for my own sense of comfort and safety, I'm gonna go ahead and clean up that hallway. No, it's the next one. I'm just gonna clean up here in this hallway and clean a path to the furnace also. Just so I won't be within myself worried about what's happening there? Oh, hang on. Because I have the game in windowed mode, it's sort of... yeah, that was fun. Uh-huh. Well, that did an interesting thing to the stream, didn't it? Let me just go ahead and... Why is that at 1280 by 800? Who made that decision? 1920 by 1080, please and thank you. Yes, please keep those settings. All right, well, that worked. Yeah, I'm just going to very quickly clean a path over to the furnace to make sure I'm not tracking people leavings, or indeed crystalline leavings everywhere. I guess crystals can be people too. Crystals were people too? Yeah, sure. And let's grab the... There you are. Ah, gym lad. Just sort of huck these people-shaped crystalline structures. I kind of... Oh, okay. I was kind of wondering whether or not they'd, like, shatter. If I mishandled them a little bit. But apparently not. Apparently they become less fissile. Fissile? Fissile. Yes, that is the word. My heart is fissile. You could break like crystal. You never learn to whistle. As they, you know, congealed. Because the journal entry is the word that I wanted. That was gonna work a lot better than text to log. The journal entry we found said that the crystals could break. And yeah, I guess they can, the individual ones. Because that one certainly just did. Real quick before we bring the bin in this way, let's just clean up all of these little crystalline bits that are around the furnace, because that's easy. And we can go bring that bin in over here and start cleaning up the rest of the stuff in the singularity room. For which, I guess I'll just, you know, no, I'll come back to it in a moment. Let's move you just out here somewhere real quick. Let me put the wet floor sign over here in front of you so I can remember where the hell you are. Because that bin's basically full. Wherever it went, there it is. If you overfill it again, the physics engine likes to knock stuff out of the top of it, so... Go ahead and put it right in there. And go ahead and take this. So this is our other cleaning implement. It's a laser. And this is used for cleaning up usually bullet holes. But I get the feeling it's going to work on these cracks also. I just need to... Hey, when I do this, the noise is going to be loud. I'm letting you know that when I hit this button, the laser will go off and it will make a very loud noise. So that's about to happen. Also, it's gonna shoot out a laser, which is kind of flashy lighty. So if that's something you have a severe problem with, maybe look away until the sound is gone. All right, so in 3 and 2 and 1. All right. 3 and 2 and 1. You can sort of see them get like red hot for a second before they close up, which is a nice little visual indicator that you're actually doing the thing as directed. 3, 2, 1. And I think one more. 3, 2, 1. All right. Look at that, nice and easy. I need to test whether or not that's going to fix these crystal blotches too. So hey, 3 and 2 and 1. Ooh, it hated that. Oh no, apparently. Well, good. I guess at least now I know that that's not how I'm meant to solve that problem. Is that what I need the broom for? To sweep up that mess? That would make a lot of sense. Hang on, let me clean off this mop real quick. Because misusing the laser sometimes shoots a whole bunch of, like, burn mark shit everywhere. What happened to that broom? Oh, hang on. It's another journal entry. Ongoing experiments with the reactor are yielding truly astounding results. Every day, we come into work and make a few tweaks to boost the power generation efficiency, and every time we do, the effects are beyond our predictions. Even when Gina wrongly calibrated the anti-mass spectrometer, it still improved. It's just too easy. It doesn't make any sense. It's almost as if the crystals themselves are adapting to the system and doing all the work, and that our changes are having no effect, which is an absurd notion, to be sure. I don't know. Oh, there's the broom. Hang on, I'm just trying to find out what I... Oh, there they are. Just gonna set you over here. And where's the broom? Here we go. So do I just... Ah, yeah, there we go. Oh, okay. As I sweep up the little crystalline doodads, they sort of condense into more little crystal pieces, like larger ones that I can pick up and presumably put into a bin. With an animation that sort of suggests that it sort of looks like the T-1000 from Terminator. Kind of a liquid metal coming together, a goop becoming a solid thing. Oh, there's a bullet hole. Or no, actually, I think that's mine. I think that's where I misused the laser previously. Right, so I guess, all other things being equal, let's just go ahead and sweep up all the little crystal pods. I think that's all of them in the outer ring. So let's go into the singularity room and do that same thing there. Is that it? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and get a new bin. Which I think is around here somewhere. And we'll just start throwing all of this crystal stuff into it. Yep, here we go. What a load. Disposal bins. Biohazard. Actually, let me go get that. No, not over there. Let me go get that quantum bin and see what the hell that means. Well, it's small, is the thing. What happens when I put something in it? Okay, cool. When I put something in the bin, it remains in the bin. What happens if I put a whole bunch of stuff in the bin? If I fill the bin? Or do I need another quantum bin to, like, not cohabitate, I guess just connect with this one? Go ahead and fill this. Until that no longer serves. No. Shit. Okay, well. I can clean that up here in a second. Did I get to keep my broom, or did I throw that somewhere? There it is. Oh. I wasn't aware that right-clicking with the broom did a whack. So, gratefully, there's not enemies in this game. It is just cleaning up. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's full. What happens when I throw it into the burner? Want to take a step away from it in case it explodes. Maybe take a couple more steps away from it. So, no. Not really. It just kind of exploded and then dropped all the stuff into there. So, like, what about this? What if we get 2 quantum bins? Do they connect to each other? Does stuff go from one bin to the other? Is this the power of the quantum bin? No, just grab the... There we go. Doesn't appear to be it either. Because all of that stuff's just remaining where it is. Alright, one more experiment. What happens if we take the big bin and put a quantum bin inside of it? Does it change the properties of the larger bin? Why would the larger bin, being larger, not simply eat the smaller bin? No? I guess they're just using quantum as a fucking buzzword to sell you smaller bins. That's a shame. Alright, well, let's go ahead and take this back then. I was excited to be at the vanguard of bin technology. Hang on. What if I set you down next to the other one? What if I try and put one quantum bin into another quantum bin? No. These are also not things. Boring fucking shit. Okay. Hang on. Let's take our big banger then. Because this is something we have access to. We have the radio. So we can have a little bit of music while we work. It does get quieter the further we get away from it because it's a physical object. So I actually do need to bring it into the singularity room with me if I sort of want to get any use out of it. I'm going to set it here on top of this barrel for the moment. It sort of hops and bops a little bit, and I'm kind of just hoping it doesn't hop and bop itself off the barrel. I didn't check my FOV, did I? What is that at? No, not gamma. Let's turn off view bob. Shadow quality, draw distance, bloom, lens flares, anti-aliasing. Resolution window mode, is it in preferences? Autosave interval. Oh, disable welder flash. There we go. That's good. So that should help for that. Oh, there's FOV. Let's crank it up to, well, we can crank that all the way to 160. That looks very uncomfortable. Let's not do that. Put it like 110, something reasonable. There we go. Now back to work. Now get in there. Thank you. Now I just smashed that one. But fortunately it didn't make a new little crystal pile to clean up, so I'm calling it a win. Having it disappear from existence is basically just as good as cleaning it up. Oh, yeah. The banger did bop itself off of the thing a little bit. Oh, you just sort of really dislike being on a solid surface, huh? That's fine. I'm just gonna back you up and tuck you into this corner then. Clean up that. So, like, in addition to all of the regular stuff, I say regular stuff, in addition to, like, all of the, like, crystals and horrific stuff we're meant to be here cleaning up, we do also have to, like, clean up everyone's trash. And that bothers me a little bit, because this is supposed to be, like, a scientific workplace. You think you'd know better than to just leave your regular brand garbage around. Can I get a good look at this coffee mug? I heart my planetary conglomerates. Interplanetary conglomerate. That's even better. Or worse, depending on how you think of it. I'm just going to go ahead and throw that away. Let me turn on mouse sensitivity a little bit too, so I'm not, like, being quite so whippy. That's still going to be a little whippy. There we go. So here's the other things that are around, are these flash drives. Every former employee you find has a flash drive like this on their person. We're meant to take them over to the to one of the consoles, the one that we clock in and out at. I don't actually know where that is here. So I'm just going to leave this where it is for the moment. But that's meant to be there so we can, again, go and report to the insurance company on, you know, how many people were here, whether or not they need to pay off life insurance or, you know, whatever. I mean, they probably should. I don't know if act of meddling in the affairs of God should be considered. Something you get life insurance for, but, like, fuck it. People need the help. They're going through enough. They've just learned that one of their family members was turned into a crystalline substance and exploded. Just, like, let them bury their loved ones in peace. No, working for a life insurance agency for 8 months didn't make me fucking viciously angry at yet another subset of capitalism. I don't know what you're talking about. Go ahead and take this back to burner to burn it. There we go. And I think I already have a bin out here somewhere. Yeah, there we go. I haven't even gone upstairs yet. Can't imagine what that's going to look like. Because downstairs was pretty tame. Damn it. You know, tame for a science lab where people were turned into crystals and then exploded or hardened to death, depending. know, like Metapod. I think that's all of them around the centerpiece. So, or the outer ring rather. So let's go into the singularity room and pick these up. Come on, get in there. I don't have all day. I'm not getting paid by the hour. Unless I am. I actually don't know what our pay structure is like here. All I know is it's not enough. Oh, that's fun. Hey, what happens if I, like... I just kind of wanna... Hang on. Where'd it go? I'm looking for the laser. I dropped it somewhere, because the laser doesn't stay in your, like, mouse wheel inventory. You drop it when you're not using it. There it is. So, like, I'm just curious what happens if we introduce a large, energy signature into this glowing, flashing singularity. Not a lot. This causes the same sort of minor fire hazard that everything else does. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe that up. So am I supposed to... Yeah. This is gonna be fun. I guess this is what I use my broom's smack for. This is for breaking all of these crystalline bits off of the walls and floor. Hey, get down here. I probably didn't need to do that one. And I'm gonna leave that one where it is, because that's obviously where it's supposed to go. There's a couple more, like, way the hell up there. I guess that's what I need to go up in the elevator for, is to get those, like, ones on the second tier of this room. It's really difficult to hit these bits on the inside of the... like, the parts that are, like, snuggled up next to the singularity device. Everything? Yeah, I need to, like, sweep up some of them, but... Or, hang on. It is fun making the shattering noise. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's like that bit in Night of the Woods. Or Night in the Woods, rather. May and Greg are just smashing light bulbs. get all this broomed up and ready for disposal, and then I'll come in here with the bin. Order of operations. Do this thing so it is easier then to do that thing. Okay. That's sorted out. What the fuck happened to my bin? There it is. Next to the banger. This one's full. I could probably fit some more stuff in this, but I'm just going to go ahead and deposit it and get a new one. Tinkly crashy, tinkly crashy. There we go. There's that quantum bin that I took out. I don't really want to use it. Bin. There we go. We'll just... No. Stop that. Get in there. You can double-click left mouse if you're holding a thing to sort of reorient it. Reorient the thing you're holding vertically. Which is useful for stuff like that, or more interestingly shaped organic material that isn't fitting well in the bins. Oh, I like this one. Here's the thing, I actually don't use the big banger a lot when I'm playing this game. Because it's a little more, in mirror to, like, how I, like, actually do work in real life. I prefer to, like, have my own music or a podcast or a video or something else going. But for the stream, you know, copyright issues are a thing. I'd much rather do it this way. So I'm giving the big banger its day. And it's not disappointing. Fresh bin. Thank you. Nope. Like that drum beat. If you try and put the laser into the burner. Probably it explodes, like most technological things that you put in the burner explode. And also I need that for, like, cleanup purposes, so I'm not going to try it. I am curious, though. Almost full up. Can I get all the rest of this little corner in there? I probably could, but it would... I feel like it wouldn't settle right and end up, like, flying everywhere when I tried to actually walk with it. Okay. Ow. Ow. Okay. Great. Just. There we go. How? Fresh bin. Are you able to get the rest of the shit in, like, this singularity room and just one more bin? Maybe. Like, most of these crystal pieces are pretty small at this point. There's just a shit ton of them. No, come here. Get out of that little central area. Behind the little OSHA-approved handrail that's supposed to keep me from getting over to the singularity. Stop it. Thank you. That is so hard to reach through. Can I just stand on top of the handrail? Apparently no. Can I crouch? Surely there's a crouch button. Hang on. Key bindings. Walk throw, mop hands. Sniffer, next and previous tool. There's push to talk. Screenshot. There's apparently not a crouch. Huh, okay. Go ahead and drop these over the side of the thing, I guess. Some of them are apparently just going to shatter, and that's great. Stop it. Very bothersome. Is there a fucking... Sorry to be going back into the preferences. Is there a thing... Because I don't have a... hell, what's the word I want? Reticle, that's the word I want. So I'm just kind of guessing at where my pickups are going to be picked up at. Yeah, we've been doing this for like an hour. Wild, it does not feel like it. I will say, for what it is, meaning a game where you know, pick up the discarded chunks of, former employees, it's very zen. in that way that, like, cleaning things can be. This is kind of what I was talking about yesterday, just with Cherry just sort of falling into a thing. It's like the game developers call it a flow state. It exists in other ideas too. But just like, here is a task. It's not too easy that it's not so easy that you don't have to think about it at all, but it's not hard enough that you have to like spend all of your energy focusing on it. And so you just sort of ride that sine wave. No, I'm not going to be able to get all of the stuff in one bin, am I? I'm going to have to come in with another one. That's okay. Which way is... Okay, this way. Nope, drop that. Okay, well, that was great. Some of the crystals exploded, but it didn't actually leave residue behind, so that's fine. As long as it's not making more stuff for me to clean up, I don't care. I guess we come to the moral question of the show. Hey, if these crystals are apparently living and conscious enough to, you know, trick the scientists into, like, doing the sort of work that they want to do, are we currently destroying sentient life? The game's not gonna, like, let us reckon with that. Or I guess we could just clock out and decide that we don't want to do this, and we would get yelled at. And penalized with the money we don't use in this game. Let's just move the bin closer. I can just, like, lift them up over the guardrail. There we go. That's not fantastic in terms of, like, a visual experience, but it makes this much easier. There we go. It's a hell of a beat. I like it a lot. It's simple, it's unobtrusive. Fun, like, background wallpaper for this chunk of time. Hey, are the crystals multiplying? Or did I just manage to shove a bunch of them into this one corner without noticing? Bothersome. I don't like that I'm asking that question. Nope. Ah, damn it. Here. You get out of the way so I can get at these. I'm gonna have to re-sweep up that one crystal chunk too. Hang on. Where is it? There it is. Over here. Okay, well, that's not quite... That's not what I wanted either. Yeah, it's giving me just a little bit of vertigo. Standing on top of this guardrail. It doesn't feel like I should be able to balance like this. I'm doing the old school Undertaker. Which I believe they still call, like, call as a move old school Undertaker, where he walks on the top rope. Even though he does do it every match. It's like, no, it's current Undertaker. Is that it? Looks it. Yeah, except for the ones up there, and like, I think there's one of the sweeps that I forgot to sweep. No, I got those all. Cool, great. Let's go ahead and take you out to the burner. And then I guess I still need to clean up there's a couple more cracks in the wall around the outer ring, so I need to do that. Before I... Did that make any... No. Okay. Well, that one certainly did, didn't it? That's fine. I haven't cleaned up in here yet, so... That's not wasted effort, it's just slightly more effort. Alright, what the hell happened to my laser? Here it is. So I'm still going to give the 3, 2, 1 countdown and see how it goes. Because it said disable flash, but I don't really know what that means. So, 3, 2, 1. Oh, okay, it gets rid of the lighting effect entirely. That's good. I still don't know if that's going to be a problem for someone who has severe photosensitivity, because I don't deal with that myself. But it's definitely a lot less flashy. So I'm still going to give the 3, 2, 1 countdown, which, speaking of 3, 2, 1. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Couple more. 3, 2, 1. Okay. And 3, 2, 1. I wonder if I can get both of these at once. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, no, I caused a very large fire trying to do that. Let me go ahead and finish closing off these cracks, and then I'll go get the mop and sweep that up. 3, 2, 1. That's what I get. 3, 2, 1. Held that one for a little bit too long and caused another minor fire. It's okay. For a given value of okay. Yeah, that's all of that. Alright. I'm gonna just chuck that out there. Grab my mop. Go ahead. Oh, no, I forgot that one on the wall. Hang on. One more. No, don't try to mop up the laser. That's nothing. Alright. 3, 2, 1. Alright. Hey, I only caused 3 fires. That's almost no fires. You know, when you consider the fact that on a cosmic scale, there's several billion fires. Like, basically every star is a fire. With a broad enough view, this is basically no fire at all. No, that bucket's full. Hang on, let's throw that in the burner and get a new one. That's the bins. There's the buckets. Thank you. Well, got a little bit rambunctious. Okay, was that it, or was there another one? There was another one. Okay. So, I guess let's go ahead and clean this little offshoot area real quick. Because there's nothing wet in here, I don't think. It's just like... well, I mean, there is that one former employee over there who's covered in a lot of wet. But, okay. Just a sort of little bit of a jump scare. Just a little bit. That's fine. We're just gonna go ahead and take you over. Having to look you in the face while I do this is, like, not the best thing. There we go. That one little spot there has been bothering me. I'm just gonna go ahead and stuff that in there. Did I use up that entire bin? Do I need a new one? I think I need a new one. New bin, please. Thank you. Right, and I'll just sort of leave that here. I'm gonna have to smash all of these. Well, first, let's get you. I'm just gonna start putting these over here by the bin dispenser, so I remember where they are, the flash drives. I would hate for someone to go missing. I definitely dropped another one over here somewhere before I started having a, like, dedicated space to put these. I just don't remember where. It was on top. Oh, good. There we go. It was on top of one of those. And I think there's probably a couple in that inner, in the singularity room too. Well, there's just a there's a can of coffee. A can of coffee? A coffee cup. A paper cup which may have once contained coffee. Nope, that's the bucket dispenser. There's the bin dispenser. It's over here somewhere. There it is. Pretty sure there was another flash drive in here. But I'm not seeing it. Make sure I didn't miss any little chunks of crystal there in the singularity part, but I don't think I did. Alright. I need to take this laser and fix that boo-boo I made on the wall. 3, 2, 1. There we go. And no, not that exit, the other one. There's 2 lasers here? Gee, Bill. Can't believe your mom lets you have 2 lasers. Should I try to use the laser on the, like, crystals that are mounted on the walls? It's too late for that amount of them. Oh, I need to clean off my broom, apparently. Because it's starting to leave wax behind. Well... yeah, there we go. I was like, can I clean off my broom? Oh, well, I shouldn't be doing that like that. Oops and whoops. That's what happens when you use the broom for entirely the wrong purpose. No broom, you must now sweep from me the dust that fills my room. Oh, John, I will not sweep for you, for I am not your broom. Nonsense are you speaking, broom, my words you must obey. Another life awaits me, and I'm leaving you today. I am not your broom, I am not your broom. I've had enough, I'm throwing off these chains of servitude. I am not your broom. I am not your broom. No longer will I sweep for you, for I am not your broom. And then that same thing, just with swishy swish noises instead. Or I guess humming for the presumably human part, and then swishy noises for the broom. Damn, I guess just hitting these massive crystal chunks just make a lot of little crystals fall. I suppose that answers my question as to whether or not they're multiplying. It's still like way too many crystals, though. I don't know, I'm just sort of glad we're not in the trouble with crystals territory. Take this back to the chillin' shack. By which I mean the box that burns things. Basically the opposite of a chilling shack. And fresh bin, please. Thank you. The dispensers work nicer when you say please and thank you. It's just polite. Come here. Alright, fine. One of these crystals got stuck in the floor geometry. That's fine. I guess if you take a sweep of it, it comes out of the floor geometry. Oh. I didn't mean for it to go that way, but it did the thing I wanted. Just trying to move some barrels out of the way so I can get at these smaller pieces. Oh, stop that. Oh, hang on. Here's another little sweepy bit to sweepy. creepy. Thank you. Okay. You will come back for all of that. You got the crystal bits up anyway. There's still a lot of room left in that bin. Let's go ahead and keep using it. I'm just going to take it back to that main room, the one with the burner in it. We'll do that. Because there's a bunch more crystal bits in here. Some of which have been blended with organic matter in interesting ways. Oh, well, that's just a whole legs. In case you were wondering, yep, that's legs. And here's the top part to go with the legs. Wet on the floor. Go ahead and clean that up. Oh, let's grab this flash drive, put it with the rest of the flash drives. I guess now that we're out of this general area, I can bring the banger out to that sort of main room. This is going to be our next cleanup space. Oh, hey. That's what I was looking for. My trunk. You get a trunk full of, like, stuff. I'm going to try that again because the way I just said that didn't make sense. You, in addition to, like, all of the, like dispensers and other things that help you do your job, you're also given a trunk, which is full of your personal property that you can take with you and is persistent across jobs. And, excuse you. And I like to use the trunk to store the journal entries. You know, in case I need them for something later. You know, it's just nice to have a record of where you've been and, you know, the sort of things you've seen. It's just useful to have that around. Some might call it evidence. I choose to call them cherished memories. Let's go ahead and clean up that last little organic kerfuffle at the other end of that hallway. And then that'll basically be, I mean, except for that main room that we just left, basically all of the downstairs sorted. Oh, that's most of you, isn't it? Just all in one go? Yep. Weeble, weeble, wibble. Go ahead and put you in there. Then go grab the topmost. Actually, I should probably... Well, I was going to say I should do the mopping up before I do that, and it's true, I should still do that, but I need to wash off the mop first because it's starting to get pretty full of gunk. Not all of it? Yeah, basically. Oh, you even had a gas mask. So I guess it's not airborne, it must be contact. There you go. And let me just go ahead and grab your tag too and put it with the rest of them. There you go. Well, we've already got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. That's the thing that leads up to the upper deck, and I don't want to do that yet because I want to finish all this stuff on the ground floor first. Yeah, I guess the rest of it's just, oh, I'm gonna need you. Well, not you. You're clearly, so it's been a little too dark to see properly, but when the bucket is like full to the point where like actually dipping your mop in it won't help much anymore, it starts getting like stains on the outside of it as a nice little visual indicator. Or would be if I could see anything. They sell lamps. Or not sell, they're in the vending machine. That's a nice groove. What the hell is that? I guess it doesn't matter, it just says error. Huh. Oh. That's interesting. Oh, this is what the quantum bin's for. That's why they're so small, is so they can fit on these platforms. That's interesting. Okay. And then when I hit the go button on one of the platforms, it transports the thing that's on it from one side to the other. Cool. So I don't have to actually carry the quantum bin with me, like, all the way through the hallways. I can just sort of put one in and then hit the button and then drop it off here and then walk all the way here anyway and like throw it in the bin because it's not like it'll throw itself in the bin, but it saves me a little bit of like walking around with a thing that might otherwise overflow. I don't think I'm going to use that. I think using the much bigger bin is more useful. But that's a really neat little feature. Go ahead and get all of these very close crystals into the burner. Okay, that's all of that. Let's go ahead and put you, the flash drive, with the rest of the flash drives. Over here, it's going to be really fun when I figure out where the hell my clock in, clock out computer's at, and I have to drag all of those flash drives over to it. Actually, should I have a look around for that? Oh, here's another of the, yeah, here's another of the quantum things. Come back to that. Let's look at this data log. Experiments with the mini-teleport have yielded some interesting results. While it's true the replication malfunction is still present, I at least have found a way to teleport multiple entities at once by means of a device that facilitates quantum fuel induction, a sort of glorified bin, if you will. I'd hoped to call it the Magnuson device, but that did not seem to please the personnel. Instead, we simply called it the quantum bin, and with it we can coax the teleporter to send the device and anything it contains along to the calibrated destination. Now, if only we could use it to send lunch from the cafeteria. I'll have to have a word with the administrator. Everyone knows that the Magnuson device is a great big bomb. I played Half-Life. Oh, okay. So apparently the entwined organic crystalline material is breakable. I need to figure out what the hell happened to my bucket so I can clean that up. Where'd it go? Was it over here? No. Oh, right. I had one and then it was full, and so I threw it in the burner, so I need a new one. Hang on. Where'd it go? Did I just pass it? Or was that that was the bin? Dispenser. Where's the bucket dispenser? Over this way, I would suppose. Or I guess it's a round room. If I just go in a circle, I'll get to it eventually. Up. Okay. Hey, there was a bucket already just sort of sitting there. I could have just picked that one up, but instead of that, I pressed the button for another one and it spilled the first bucket everywhere. Alright. That's starting to be a little bit too long to carry, so let's use the... There you go. Use the quantum bin since I already have it. It's right here. Like, think about it. Well, The thing about it is they can't really fit larger pieces in it. Like if I got one of those really big crystalline chunks, then it wouldn't be able to fit in there at all. Or it'd be able to fit just that, maybe. Well, I'll tell you what. I didn't mean for that to be thrown like that, but it is like that sometimes. I'm just going to set that down right there. And I have a large bin available to me. Actually, this one's full, so I'm going to throw it away, and then we'll go get another one. New bin, please. Thank you. And let's do some testing. Can I just go ahead and use that? No, I wanted to pick that up. Can I just put a regular bin on top of this and have that work? It's about big enough. Yeah, okay, that does work with the larger bins. Alright, then that's completely usable. I'm just gonna leave that one there, and then when I go upstairs, I'll go ahead and take this thingy with me. What the fuck is that? It looks like a gravity gun. Another data log. Fascinating. Truly fascinating. These crystals, if I can even use the term, are truly unique. Instead of a regular repeating crystal lattice, or even an amorphous arrangement, these crystals seem to constantly change and shift. The very molecular structure morphs and seemingly adapts to its surroundings when it needs to. This is a behavior wholly unlike anything documented by science. I've decided instead to call it a proto-molecule, in honor of my discovery. Go ahead and set that in there. You know, in case we need it for later. Don't need that mug anymore. Well, I mean, hang on. I'm gonna finish up the thing because there's not a lot left on this side of the room, and also not a lot of room left for that bin. I just need to get this discarded crisps wrapper off the floor. Anything else? One more? Yeah, one more bit of crystal hiding over there. Drop you. Just gonna pick you up, shake you a little bit to settle you. And I sort of can't not try it. No, don't pick it up. Okay, it also does transport me, if I want. Does it transport me if I'm holding something? I would have to, like, be able to pick up the thing in a second. Hi there. Sorry I didn't see you come in, Padge. 1103. This is a fun game. It's been a fucking while since the original Viscera Cleanup Detail, so I'm not sure if they're going to make a second one. I'd be really interested if they did. Because this is absolutely one of my favorite chill-out games. Thank you for stopping in. Why did you choose to? You don't have to answer that if you don't want. I just like knowing where people are coming from. Alright. Let's just whip that up real quick. Is that all just one? Yeah, okay. Well, I say that, but the arms are definitely missing. Were they over there? I don't think they were. Who took this person's arms? Yeah, where'd they go? Worrying. They are. Check on Steam. I haven't. I'm absolutely going to after I'm done here, though. It's hard to find people who play it. I can see why. Like, this is, at this point, like a, what, 15-year-old game or something like that? I don't have the exact numbers in front of me. But it still, like, really holds up. Like, the graphics are still, you know, reasonable, fine. It's even got some good, like, accessibility options. And the core, like, cleanup gameplay is still fun. Shoot, I need to sweep up all of that, don't I? I'll do that in a second. Let me go take this flash drive over to the rest of the flash drives. They've been working on number 2 for a while now, so hopefully not much longer. I'm very excited by that news. Huge if true. Crap. What happened to the broom? There it is. I might as well use that other quantum bin that's over here. Oh, there we go. Some bongos. Okay. They've been working on it since 2024. Google it because I can't send links, but it seems good. I don't disbelieve you. It's just, I'm at the point now where, and I don't mean to be rude to you specifically, but someone that I don't know coming into stream telling me a thing is I need to verify that independently. I'm certain you understand. Oh, whoops. Hang on. Saw this little one too. Alright, is that it, or is there more over here? There's a little bit more over here. Oops. Stop that. There we go. I'll just bring the bin over here and we'll deal with it. Yep. Come on. It's like we played Wet, the Xbox 360 game Wet, some time ago, and we like rarely get or got comments on our YouTube uploads. But for whatever reason, someone came into the Wet VOD and just kept leaving comments, like very, very certain that they were going to make a new Wet soon. And like, it's just no. Well, almost certainly no one involved in that process sees the money in that, right? As a society, we've kind of moved away from the grindhouse era. All right. This is a lot of this. Grave VCD mop. With the new year already underway, I'm not going to read all this because it's the press release. I believe you that this is a real press release. I'm from the UK. It's 4 a.m. and I'm bored. I thought I'd say hello. It's good seeing you. I'm sorry that insomnia is keeping you up, but if you are awake anyway, I'm glad you're choosing to spend that time here. What the hell is my laser? Did I leave it out here? I must have done. There you are. Come here. Thank you. So I'm gonna do the countdown again for when I shoot off the laser, because lights in 3, 2, 1. That one was a little too close. Just a little bit of fire. Again, on a cosmic scale, basically no fire, but for our purposes. Alright, back here because I got a couple more cracks to clean up. 3 and 2 and 1. No. Well, that one was larger than the other one was. I need to be more careful where I'm aiming that. I'm probably not going to be, but I should be. All of it, sort of hard to tell. Seeing the shadow over there. All right, just a few more cracks to clean up in this room. So hey, 3, 2, 1. I do think I should sleep soon, but keep cleaning. You got this. Thank you. I just want to be believed in. All right. 3, 2, 1. Uh-huh. I think it must be that I'm not letting the laser cool down enough before I fire it again. I think that must be the problem. Because this is happening a lot more often than usual when I'm doing this game. Oh, hang on. Well, let's throw that in the burner and then go get a new bucket. But I just saw another journal entry, so let's go ahead and read that. Nope, that's the bins. And bucket, please. Thank you. Having the bin and bucket dispensers be in a circular room is kind of a fucking nightmare. Right, I think that's the entire downstairs? Yeah, it is. I mean, except for a couple of pieces of garbage here. Let's go ahead and sweep that up real quick. But then after that, we can go... Well, no, I'm going to go to break, I guess. And then we'll go to the second floor and see how much of a mess that is. I think it must be less. I'm seeing very little, like, horse shit around there. But probably not nothing. Maybe I'll be surprised. It's just because I'm seeing this from the bottom. Maybe once I actually get up there, it's just going to be completely wet. We'll see. In the meantime, I am going to go to break. Before I do that, I wish to take this opportunity to remind you that Black Lives Matter, that Indigenous lives and lands matter, the lives of people of color matter, that Iranian, Ukrainian, Sudanese, Congolese, Palestinian lives matter. There are many ways to be in solidarity with your fellow travelers on this earth, and we like to push for direct mutual aid, as it helps people who are suffering right now suffer less. And people who are suffering less can stand shoulder to shoulder with us a little bit taller. So on the break, I'm going to go to the mutual aid hashtag on my social media, and boost what needs I can there. I hope that you take an opportunity to check out mutual aid initiatives in places you operate, both online and in meat space, because the only way we get out of this is through, and the only way we get through this is together. In the meanwhile, maybe do a stretch, or drink some water, have a snack, whatever self-care is useful to you. I'll do the same, and I'll see you back here in just a little bit. I'm back. I want to do one last quick go around of the downstairs. Make sure I've gotten everything up, but I'm almost positive I have. There's some other shit that I haven't dealt with, like here, crates. I'm supposed to take all of these boxes and put them here in the little area demarcated for crates, and this other area that's demarcated for crates. And also I need to, like, put down wet floor signs and refill the first aid kits. But I'm not going to do that. That's finishing work. I want to make sure I have everything else done first. I'm just going to go into here. We'll loop around the big circle. Come in here and make double sure of that. All the stuff's cleaned up in here as well, which it appears to be. Good, good, good. Let's check the singularity room again. Oh, right, there's the flash drive still. So there's a couple more crystalline structures caught on the walls here that I can't reach. I need the... There's a, like, scissor lift that, like, lifts you up so you can climb a mountain. But it's not down here. I can sort of see it from on the second floor from where I am. That's the it's probably not very possible for you to see, but that's like the holographic display for it that you can see up there on the second floor. So let's just go up there. To upper level. Alright, well, first of all, I should have brought a bucket up here with me. And a bin. So let's go ahead and do those things. And I said I was going to bring the teleportal device with me too, so let's do that. Set that there. Here comes the bucket. Here comes the bucket. Bucket, 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 bucket. And do I have a bin available to me right now? Or did I use all of them? I used all of them. Let me go get a fresh bin. New bin, please. Thank you. Put that down. Right there. Make our way up. And start to clean up all this wet. Yeah, that one's frozen in place, so that's good. Oh, hey. Here's another data log. Our attempts to manage the situation have all failed miserably. The damn crystals have now killed or turned more than half our team, and I fear I may be the only one not yet exposed. I plan to make for the surface and hopefully find a way out. It'll be tough going, but I've already had to kill Dr. Keller. I can do it again if I have to. I'm making preparations, and if I'm to die, I'll make damn sure I take as many of these crystal freaks with me as possible. Dr. Simmons' gun will work nicely for this. Ugh. You hate to see it. Alright, there's the door control. Ew, it got worse. It got worse, like, instantly. Alright, cool. What the hell is that? Oh, okay, that's the burner. It's got exhaust pipes, and I don't usually see it from above. I wasn't aware that the exhaust pipes sometimes spit fire. So that's cool. And not discomforting at all. Yep. A little bit of splooge. Clean off our mop. Just get all of the trackably wet shit off the floor before we walk in any further, so we don't have to do more work than we have to. Might as well hit the walls too, as long as I'm doing it. Let's carry the bucket out this way. So I don't have to keep going back for it. Yeah, so there's the scissor lift. We'll deal with that in a minute. In the meantime, let's get these streaks cleaned up. There we go. I understand that person of trans femme experience that plays bass is a stereotype. But it's not one I'm ashamed to embody, and I do love this bass line. Oh, well, that's full up on that bucket. I'll tell you what, actually. Let me go ahead and grab the flash drives, too, and I'll bring those down in one trip. And then I'll come back up here with, like, 3 buckets or so, like a useful amount of buckets. So that I don't have to keep coming up and down. Nope. There we go. There's another log entry on the floor. Deal with that in a minute. I'm not going to go in there. Oh, hey, that's what happened to Dr. Magnuson. At least they didn't have to turn into a crystal beast. Is that better or worse? Who can say? Alright, data log. Something very odd happened this morning. Dr. Mao's come down with a mysterious infection, and it looks like the crystals are involved somehow. She began vomiting up purple blood, and then an hour later, crystals could be seen growing on her arms. I believe it may have something to do with her exposure to the reactor. After all, that's an entirely new form of exotic energy with its own exotic radiation. I will continue to study her condition while she's quarantined in the infirmary. I'm not yet convinced that she's an isolated case. ahead and take this crystallized person down with us. Because at least they're not going to get Gronk everywhere if I try and move them. Okay, this. In there. And get that bucket in there with you. And we'll just go grab a couple of buckets. Actually, you know what's useful, I think, is grab this. Teleportal device and put it over here by the bin dispenser. Well, I didn't mean to set it off, but I did. And what is that connected to? This one? The one that's up there already? Yeah. And then we'll take this other one. No, stop it. I'm trying to grab it, not activate it. Thank you. We'll take this other one and put it over by the bucket dispenser. And that way we'll, have, pretty constant access to the bins and the buckets. There we go. Now you're thinking with portals. Let's go ahead and grab that bucket, though. I did forget. I did forget why I came down here in the first place. Let's start off taking 2 of those up there with us, so that we don't have to keep coming down. But if we do have to come down, we can do that faster. Oh, forget about these. The flash drives. I guess our clock out device must be upstairs. Which I don't feel terribly happy about that. But I guess with the teleportal down here, it'll go slightly quicker. New bucket, please. Okay. Well, had to happen sometime. So, occasionally, the bin and bucket dispensers will, instead of giving you a bin or a bucket, throw out some organic matter for you to clean up. Which, wonderful. So I did manage to go, basically a whole 2 hours without that happening. Which is what the please and thank you gets you, I think. Okay. See, I didn't say it that time, and instead of a bucket, it gave me this. I didn't want this. I would much rather have not had it. There we go. Okay, so a bucket, please. Thank you. All right. Oh, I forgot to take the damn flash drive back out there. So let's do that, and then I'll put the journal entries in my box of memories, not evidence locker. And then we'll head up and really start working on that upstairs. My personal box of personal things is starting to get, like, pretty full. I probably need to, like, take some of that stuff out and put it somewhere else. There's, like, a little home base that you go to after each job, where you can store things more, permanently. I should probably go and empty the box there. But that's a later problem for later me. I'm very glad that I did not just absolutely wang that bucket on the edge of the wall. I would have felt very bad about it. Nope. Splooch. Along with the splorch. Sing along with the splorch. So much to see inside of you and me. There we go. I knew that wasn't... Well, what happened to your fucking legs? Oh, okay, they're over here. That makes sense. But, like, the rest of you seems pretty uncrystallized. Did the crystals just, like, animate these on their own? Just sort of walk themselves over here? And if so, why have they stopped moving now? Is it like an Andromeda Strain thing, where... Spoilers for the Andromeda Strain, but like once the thing has been exposed to Earth's atmosphere for a certain period of time, then it just kind of doesn't matter anymore. Okay. There's another one of these. We'll just... mop that up to the best of our ability, which is honestly a pretty good amount of ability. The hell happened to my bin? I brought one up here, didn't I? I feel like I must have. But I'm not seeing it. Did I leave it in here? Yeah, I left it in here. That's why. Okay. Just verticalize these bits so they fit in the bin. There we go. So the upper deck here is, like, honestly pretty well cleaned up. Well, I say that. I don't really mean it. Like, I still need to get, like, all of the pieces out from there. But, like, honestly, I expected there to be a little more area than this. Oh, right. I'm gonna take this and... No. No. Which the hell side is the activate button on? There we go. Great. Fantastic. Worked like a charm. Thank you. Go like this. No, hang on. Other side. There we go. Oh, I can't carry the bin with me. Well, that's a bummer. All right. Hang on then. I'm just gonna set that there. And send it up, and I'll go the boring way. Without the use of dangerously unstable new energy sources. Pouting. Let me just grab another one. Thank you. Ooh, whoops. Forgot about that. I almost did a Dark Souls to myself. And forgot to bring the elevator down. I bet you get crushed if you forget. Yeah, let's go ahead and put these loose crystal bits in there real quick, and then I'll sweep up these crystalline shards so that they can reform into whatever the hell liquid metal lattice work they come from, and then I can throw them away properly. Is that all of them? Yeah, that's all of them. There's nothing down that way. That's just the one body. Which I am going to have to put that one in a bin, because I'm going to have to carry it downstairs, and I don't want it getting its messy goo all over the place. Just tuck you in there. Well. No, you're just sort of petrified in a way that's going to make you really difficult to get in. Oh, no, there we go. Hang on, I just got to jostle the cartridge a little bit. No. Fuck, okay. I'm upset by that. just mop up that whole bucket full of stonk. Just went everywhere. Frustrating. All right. Okay. Having a little bit of a moment. I just need to take a breath and recenter myself. Okay. Good. In there. Thank you. Okay. Crud. No, there's still all of this back here. I'm gonna have to come back with a whole nother bin. But I think I can fit a little bit more in here. As they said, being greedy. I definitely can't fit any of the, like, larger parts, but I can definitely clear up, like, these little pieces of, crystal on the ground that aren't infused with organic material. Probably fine. There we go. Yeah, I did fill that a little overfull. That's okay. Just got to be a little cautious while taking it back. Well, okay. Actually, like, since those crystalline pieces aren't, like, in danger of getting goo everywhere, I'll just go ahead and grab them in the big chunks and bring them down in the lift with us. Let's drop that there. Nope. One of the ones I lost. Now let's go ahead and take it. Now that one really doesn't want to stay in there. What's your problem? Alright, thank you. And let's pull you out of that bin. Probably make sure that the large crystalline pieces aren't, like, on the sides, like, aren't touching the walls of the lift as it goes down. Just to make really sure that it doesn't explode. Yeah, like that. That looks better. I'll go ahead and take this empty bin. And I'll go ahead and put Dr. Magnuson in there. It's a little hard to do. Oops, hang on. Got away from me just a touch. There we go. Slam dunk. Let's see if I can fit the rest of these little crystal bits in there too. So they don't have to make too many more trips. I would love to not have to. Alright, so there's the legs. No, I'm not going to be able to fit all of that in there. I feel a little bit like it's going to be kind of difficult. Motherfucker. This is what I'm talking about. You get these things anywhere close to the walls of the floor, they just drip their juice everywhere, and then I have to deal with it. I'm trying to clock out at a reasonable hour today. I need to go home and see my space kids. The teleportals ended up not being as useful as I wanted them to be. But that's fine. It's like, you know, a lot of the tech sector, right? They invent a thing and then they try and find a problem to solve with it. Completely back-asswards design. That's why we're in this trouble. Get this, right? It's a piece of code that every time you transfer its ownership, it creates a record of every person who's ever owned it fractally. Okay, cool. What do you do with that? I was thinking we could turn it into fake money. Reinvented the concepts of receipts that you can stick to basically any JPEG. Alright, what did you intend to do with that? I think we could make it into fake money. I need another bin. New bin, please. Alright. Alright, well, I definitely need a bin to clean up that. Thank you. I guess. all of it up. One last footprint. Down to one last print. I'm gonna need another one. Alright. I guess we're mad at me now. I need to clean this off before I try and clean anything up with it. I think the bucket on the lift is still pretty clear. Yeah, there we go. Did I get all the pieces up? No. They left this chunk, and I think there was a tube in there somewhere, too. Oh, no, that's just the edge of the... That's just the edge of the disposal area. Alright. New bin, please. Okay. What, do you run on blockchain? Are you offended personally? Sakes alive. Bin, please. Okay. Pretty please. May I have a new bin? Thank you. Now, some of the parts are kind of clipping through the edge of the bin. That's okay, this is gonna go straight in the burner. I don't know if you've seen, I sort of didn't realize that I was quoting it until it was already out of my mouth. I don't know if you've seen, I Don't Want to Be a Magical Girl. And there's currently only like 2 episodes of it out there, but it's very good. It's an incredible premise, and it's actively gay. Is this... Where does this go to? Oh, this is a whole other area. Oh, okay. Well, that's not really what I wanted to hear. Oh, this is how we get up to the upper area of the singularity room. That makes sense. Phew. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna finish cleaning up the upper deck of the main room. And then I'm gonna call the stream, I think. And finish this level on my own time. Because it's almost 9 o'clock here, which means it's like almost midnight on the East Coast, and it's late. It's pretty late. We don't have a lot left to do up here. Ends probably like 5 a.m. in England now. Or the UK, rather. Not just England. Well, wait, then where does this go down to? Because there's not another elevator downstairs. Uh-oh. Is there a third? Is there a third? I think there's a third. And it bothers me that there's a third. Because I thought there were only 2. Oh no. Oh no, darn and blast. Oh no, and further. Uh-oh. Let me get my broom out. We'll sweep up these chunks. Is that all of them? Yeah, just let me go ahead and hit. Oh, it does go up and not down. Oh no. Oh no, this is so much more area. Oh, right, this is, I guess, the other side of the... This is how you get up to the walkway around the singularity, and then this is where the other elevator comes up, I would guess. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Cool and good. Cool and good. I mean, neither of those things. A lot of people died here. And also, it's a hassle for me personally. I don't know, I'll deal with that problem later. Let me just go ahead and dunk you in the... There we go. We'll just sit you nice and pretty in there, with what remains of your legs sort of going over the top, like Sylvester Stallone. No, I don't know why I made that reference. We probably wouldn't get along. Be a little careful with you so that you don't get your goo everywhere. Make you clean up more goo. chuck this in the burner. Then we'll go ahead and call the stream. Yeah, just a little bit. There we go. All right, so that's gonna be it for me for the evening. I hope you've enjoyed this. I certainly did. I've been Remy of the Free Association. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you to anyone watching this as a VOD. Thanks to, oh, that was the bin disappearing. Hope you're having a good time in the time and space you occupy. The next stream is gonna be on Monday. I'm gonna start a game called Tomac Save the World, which I got for free on the Epic Games Store, and I decided I wanted to play it on stream because it's been a while since I've played a actually just super fucking weird game on stream, and it qualifies. It's also about a disembodied head. Yeah, so until then, until Monday, I'm letting you know that I love you, that I want you to stay alive. I'm reminding you to look after yourselves and take care of each other. I'll see you later.